Today's event was organized by CII, North East Council. This is a platform to create a connection between the corporate houses and the Northeast, the CSR Conclave. Yeah.
Okay, in your speech you were talking about the numbers.
Yes.
So what are they?
So numbers, we see that according to data of 22-23, we see almost 29,000 crores is the CSI investment for the entire country. And out of that, Northeast gets only about 650 approximately crores. That is really about only 2%. And the major chunk going to Assam. We are happy that companies are investing in Assam, but Northeast is beyond Assam. We are 8 Northeastern states, and so today's request to the companies, captains of the industry was, please think beyond Assam also and the other Northeastern states. Our Honorable Prime Minister always says if India has to develop, Northeast has to develop because Northeast is India's strength. Yeah.
So how much CSI are you looking at? What's your expectation?
No, I don't know. Definitely. See, even if you see one person going to the Northeast, it will really make a lot of impact. Northeastern states, we are small states. I also gave the example of Goa. Sometimes people have this argument saying, probably because Northeastern states are small, so you get lesser investment of CSR. But Goa is a small state. But when you put the 7 states of Northeast together, Goa's investment is higher. So, and Northeast has been historically been isolated because of hilly terrain. And when I say hilly terrain, big companies cannot set up the industries and factories in hilly terrain. So that is also their geographical constraints, been neglected for a very long time. But we really hope through initiatives like this of the CII, companies would also understand that it's not just sympathetic outlook towards the Northeast, but if you have to build India, Northeast has to be taken along.
Do you expect a special corpus for the Northeast for its development of trade and commerce?
We already have a separate Ministry of Donor. It's making an effort, but in today's CSR program, we were also suggesting that big states, the western side and the southern side, like Gujarat, Maharashtra, Tamil Nadu, Andhra Pradesh, Karnataka, these are high-income states, and the low-income states are from the Northeast. So we can also see this disconnect between the high-income states and the high-income states and the low-income states. If we can create a system where we can have sister states, like one high-income state can have a sister state picked up from the Northeast, I think this collaboration and this relationship will also help in taking Northeast up. Yeah.
What are your expectations from the government on terms of budgetary allocations for the Northeast on your state?
I really thank the Honorable Prime Minister, like I had mentioned in my sharing, that he has a soft corner for the Northeast, and he's making sure that the government of India is focusing on the Northeast. So there are the effort been made by Government of India, but definitely more attention needs to be given, more especially in terms of funding. Stress has to be given. And I come from Nagaland. My state has its own unique situation. We need more hand-holding support from the government. Yeah.
Which kind of help are you looking from the industry people across the country so that they can come and invest in Nagaland?
See, at least where Nagaland is concerned, we have had a lot of investment meet. Government of Nagaland is always open, inviting investors to come and invest in Nagaland and in the Northeast. But unfortunately, it ends with events. Like we have great events, we have great get-togethers, but when it comes to investment, for some reason, our investors, companies shy away. And I just want to reach out to them and say that it's one of the most investment-friendly state. The people are hospitable, hardworking. Our doors are open for them to come and collaborate with us.
Thank you to CII for organizing such an event, because coming from a small state like Mizoram, these are the kind of opportunity which we have been looking for. To tell the country that Mizoram is a place to invest. Mizoram is a place to spend your CSR fundings. This is an area to invest in the right way. Not only Mizoram, I'm talking on behalf of all the North East State. So the event, it gives us an opportunity to speak to the whole country and to the world that we are here. So it's a very good event for all of us.
So what are the challenges Mizoram is facing in terms of trade and commerce?
The challenge, the biggest challenge, of course, is the connectivity, because Mizoram is a place which was not connected by train for a very, very long time. Recently, the Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji inaugurated the train station at Sairang, which is like 20 kilometers away from Aizawl. So connectivity of late has improved, but it's still a challenge because the roads are not up to the mark, and because of the sheer distance that Mizoram is, it's very, I will say, far away from the rest of the country in terms of road transport. But having said that, I'm sure that in the coming years this will improve, and it has improved also. One of the challenges is that we did not reach out to the outside world more enough as we should have been, so that we tell the world that we are here as a investable state, we are here who is ready to connect with the outside world, but we did not say that enough. That was a problem which we are trying to fix of late, and we are doing just that.
How much CSR are you expecting to raise this year?
That's a serious question, very difficult to answer, but this is one of the platforms, one of the biggest platforms we can have, and we would love to be involved in the other CSR conclave as well. So we are reaching out. In fact, the government of Mizoram, we have a separate CSR cell under the Chief Minister's office, and we are going to launch a platform for that, which is AI generated, where you can integrate all your CSR activities, which will be transparent, which will be direct also. And the Chief Minister himself is, personally monitoring this CSR cell. So, it's an opportunity for all the corporates and the PSUs to invest in Mizoram, use your CSR, fundings, so that, it can have a meaningful impact. It could have the most meaningful impact of CSR being spent.
Any support you are looking from the central government?
Central government is, very much supporting us. In fact, from the ministry from the department which I'm heading, I have had the opportunity to meet the ministers. So from the ministry side also, they can have an influence into the corporates and the PSUs. That are the kind of things which we are looking for. Apart from that, there are schemes and there are programs under the government of India which we are availing and which we want to avail more also. We are working on that.
Oh, this is a very important event for CII. We are focusing on how do we bring about the connect between corporates, the NGOs and Northeast through the government and the policy makers. Really the idea is that out of the 34,000 crore which was spent last year on CSR, hardly 3% was spent on Northeast. And that is where a lot of social impact can happen. Corporates need to embrace Northeast more. Northeast has got a lot of developmental needs, and I think this is the platform to connect corporates, the NGOs who are already working in Northeast, and also the government officials, so that they can make lasting social impact.
So the 3% has been gone to Northeast. How much allocation would be there so that there would be adequate development in that area?
I think in terms of, if you look at it, the gap between the developed areas, like the top states which are already much more developed, states in the west, states in the south, I think we need to start moving funds towards the aspirational areas like Northeast. I think this is in keeping with the government's policy of look east, and also the fact that we need to raise the social indicators in Northeast is something which we are all focused on. And it's really about education, healthcare, skilling, and also about sports, to make sure that they get integrated more with the rest of India.
What are the challenges?
The challenges for long has been communication and the logistics and infrastructure, but I think that has gotten very, very positively changed. Today the infrastructure is good, the logistics hurdles have come down. Also the local capacity to absorb, which means teams which can do the work at the ground level. A lot of NGOs have come up, and the government also has created a very facilitative role in the last few years. So I think the conditions are ripe for corporates to start paying attention, start creating impact in a region of India which really needs all the help.
Okay. So there are 8 states, right? And every state has its own different talent and agitation and natural resources. So among all, which state is very potential and which can
So really, if you look at the spend in Northeast, over 70% of the spend in CSR is going towards Assam. So we must continue our focus on Assam, which is the largest of the Ashtalakshmi, as our Honorable Minister for Donor, Sri Sinjaji calls it. We have to focus on the other 7 also. They hardly get 30% of the other CSR funding, which is, so basically, if you look at it, 1% of all the CSR spent in India goes towards the 7 other entities there, states there. So we need to have a holistic development, and the few good suggestions have come. Few of the companies can adopt a state and focus on specific states. Also, the state to state, there could be partnerships. For example, if you can create a partnership between state and western part of India along with one northeastern state, the chief ministers of those 2 states can coordinate and also facilitate the industries to go and do CSR work there. So these are things, new ideas which have come up today. We will try to work on them.
Any new MOU or new plan or anything is coming up?
So certainly, I think in terms of investment, a lot of companies are doing what is relevant, including, for example, Tata's ourselves have committed for electronics, the OSAT facilities coming in Assam. A lot of tourism potential is there, so a lot of our hotels and travel and tourism entities are moving to Northeast. There's a lot, Northeast land of festivals, Hornbill Festival, the music festivals. So people have realized the potential. In addition to that, a lot of education institutions have opened up in Northeast. For example, IIT Guwahati is there. There is NIT in many states of Northeast. There's also IIM Shillong. So now with all the education institutions of higher learning also taking roots there, we are getting a lot of bright Indian students now getting educated in Northeast, being more exposed to Northeast. What we must encourage is our senior executives, CEOs, to at least visit Northeast once in a year. We should have our sales and marketing heads visiting Northeast once a year. Many of the participants here, I asked them how many times they've gone to Northeast. My request is, we must bring investment in, but also invest in your personal time, at least visiting Northeast once a year. That will bring a lasting change.
So talking again about the allocation of this CSR thing. So we are speaking that 3% is gone to Northeast, and out of which only 1% is gone to other states apart from Assam. So do you think if we distribute equally among all the states?
It's not about equally distributing. I think the key issue for us is to say that what is the requirement of the state and focus. See, I think end of the day, every state has got an opportunity. Government of Mizoram, Government of Nagaland, Government of Arunachal Pradesh, so many other states are represented here today, all of them. They all want to showcase where the opportunities are. In some states it will be sports, in some states it will be education, in some states it will be skilling. So I think those opportunities exist. It is for the corporates from here to sort of say where they can find the fit and move beyond where they are currently working into these opportunities.
So is there any CSR activity in palm trees plantation, because there is a new drive from this oil palm industry?
So certainly I think it's a business opportunity. Government of India has been highlighting that we are the biggest importers of vegetable oil for human consumption, edible oil, and Northeast provides perfect conditions for palm oil cultivation, and this has to be done in a sustainable way. We need to have the guidelines of Rainforest Alliance followed. So Government of India actually has invited private sector to do a lot of investment there. So these opportunities will continue to come. Organic farming is very big in Northeast. Tourism is very big. So there are big opportunities in addition to what normally people would say is there minerals and mining and all that. I think leave that aside. Even without that, what protects biodiversity, what protects sustainability at the same time also helps economic development.
So can we say that industry demand is to allocate over 3% of
No, it is the industry is commitment in the sense that industry is only spending that much, so we need to spend more. Also, if you look at the spending pattern, 20% of the CSR spend in Northeast comes from private sector, 80% comes from public sector undertakings. So we have to at least balance it, that between PSUs and private sector it is at least 50-50. So we are working with many of the private sector companies to start focusing on Northeast.